Hi there, I'm Darrin Sealey, the president of the Collegiate Officials Group. With me today is Jim Clayton, NCAA postseason umpire, and also serves as our chief cage instructor. What we want to discuss today has been a unique and quite innovative method in teaching cage work. The NCAA came forward a couple years ago and said umpires were calling pitches too far off of the plate. We got together with NCAA regional evaluator Bill McCallum and came up with an idea, and that was to go with a colored schemed plate. And this is what we came up with last year. Since then, we've had a lot of people give us a ton of feedback about it, telling us how great of an idea it was, and we now find out that other camps and many high school associations across the country are now utilizing this technique. That being said, we're always looking for better ways to teach umpiring. So as a collective group this year, our instructors got together and decided that this plate wasn't quite what we needed for the future. It was a great starting point, but we needed more for our umpires as they develop. So we came up with a second dynamic in regarding to calling balls and strikes in the cage. And Jim, talk to us about the new design we've got today.
Well, what we have is a plate that we think is a little bit more realistic in terms of what we're going to see on the field. Not in terms of the colors, but in terms of how we laid it out. Where our rainbow plate, if you will, that we did last year, helped umpires figure out how to calibrate in order to quote unquote bring it in and know what is a good pitch on the outside. We decided this year what we're going to do is we made a plate where we have not the differentiation on the outside as much. We have the black, which represents what was quote unquote the channel. The white represents, the white stripe is where the batter's box lines would be. So now what we're teaching the umpires is to take what they've learned last year in terms of what is a good pitch on the outside, but then apply it realistically to what they see on the field. And so that they know that if a pitch is on the edge of the plate, on the edge in the channel and on the edge of the plate, that's a good pitch. But if it reaches the channel and reaches to the white stripe or the batter's box line, that's too far out. So we think this is a little bit more realistic. It's actually kind of a building block off of last year's, where we actually can take someone now and we can show them, visually show them that yes, they are calling pitches too far out, and can actually show them with the rainbow plate. And then once they understand what a good pitch is, we can actually then apply it to something more realistic to what they would see on the field in relationship to a 6-inch channel, because this is built based upon the rulebook specifications of how the batter's box line is in relationship to the plate. So I think what it does, Darrin, is I think this really helps umpires really focus on how they can actually apply what they've learned from last year and actually apply it to an actual field condition that they're going to be on.
Well, one of the feedback that we have gotten from the NCAA and from coaches they are extremely happy. Umpires have been bringing the strike zone in and calling a more truer and natural zone the way the rule book has specified in it. This training tool is only hopefully going to be able to make sure that those that are still help struggling with it a little bit more can actually catch up with the rest of them and be able to call that strike zone the way it's intended to be called. So these are some training tools that we continue to keep coming up with. We'll keep trying to come up with more as we keep going. This is a never-ending battle. We're always wanting to get better. We always want umpires to get better all across this country, whether they work for COG or not. So if you like it and you want to steal it, go ahead. We hope you do. We think it's a great training tool. Best of luck for you.
Yep, and call more strikes.